Hello, how are you guys doing today? Hopefully everybody's doing great. To see you. Good to see all of you here today. All right. The question I have today is about setbacks and negative thoughts. How do we overcome them? Is there a secret to doing that? Yes, there's actually a secret to overcoming your setbacks and your negative thoughts. We all have been bombarded every single day of our lives with negative self-talk, negative chatter, everything of that sort. So it's really crucial that you know the fundamental aspect, fundamental rules of how your mind works. Guys, the truth is this. Look, the real secret to everything, guys, is how do you respond to when the chips are down? How do you respond to when you get a setback? How do you respond when things don't go your way? How do you respond to what you call failure? How you respond will determine the quality of your life. How you respond will determine if you're going to be successful continuously or you're going to be a sporadic person. So the real key is you have to become great at overcoming setbacks. You have to become great at overcoming failure. In this lecture, I'm going to teach you just how to do that right now. Imagine if you can be unstoppable. Imagine if failure doesn't exist in your vocabulary. Imagine if setbacks doesn't exist in your vocabulary. Imagine you operate on a mindset where you just repeat the process until you get what you want and you don't have any emotional attachment. And the doubt that creeps in, you know how to target it, you know how to fix it. Wouldn't that be wonderful? How much more successful your life would be if you're able to do that? Correct? I mean, let me know. Let me know if you would like to be the person that can always overcome setbacks. The most successful people in life are not the ones that have things happen to them. It's the ones that do stuff after it happens to them. It's not what happens to them, it's what they do after what happens to them. Those become the most successful people in life. If you want to become one of those individuals, then I'm going to show you how to do it right now. It's very simple. Very simple concept. If someone can teach you how the world works and how the mind operates, then you can remove anything. Whatever happened to you, it's happening for you. You can bounce back up. In the game of life, we live in a quantum world. We live in a world of probability, actuality. We live in a world where everything is happening at the same time. Some things you can control. There are some things you cannot control. It's called life. Not everything goes according to plan. That's called life. It's called a game. It's called the Matrix. So, there means there are going to be good times. There are going to be bad times. Okay? How you overcome those is a secret to your success. So let us begin. Let me teach you the tools and the tips you need to know to overcome the mind. Here's the first mindset you got to have to overcome setbacks, negativity, anything. Here's the rule of thumb. Remember this rule. Nothing is permanent. Everything is temporary. That's rule number one. Rule number two. There is only the now. There's nothing else happening outside of this moment. Those two tips can alleviate up to 50% of your worries and your setback. How simple that is. And let's talk about how simple that is. Nothing is permanent. We live in a universe, a multiverse of ever changing. And the reason why nothing is permanent is because as a physical being here, you're experiencing a temporary existence. Suffering, pain, failure, success, all temporary. So you have to understand that when you're down, you're not going to be down for long. You got to get back up again. It's a mindset. The next one, only the now is happening. There is no future to worry about. There is no past to regret about. It's all an illusion created by the mind. Beautiful. You're writing it down. Nothing is permanent. We live in the now. That's all matter. Okay, here's the next one for you to write down so you can understand this. The thoughts that you have in your head that are telling you the negative stuff that are going to happen to you. Repeat it again, because this is important. The thoughts you're going to have in your head, they're telling you something that's going to happen to you, right? I mean, you understand that, right? So you know the thoughts in your head are not telling you what's happening to you in the moment. You recognize that. They are telling you, okay, I'll make it simple. Okay, you're worried about the rent that's due next week. You're worried about this situation that's going to happen 6 months down the line. You're worried about what if it doesn't work out. You're worried about what if I lose my job. You're worried about, damn, I didn't fill that report, or what if my boss might fire me. You're worried about, oh my goodness, I left that thing undone, I wonder if they'll deduct that from my paycheck. Okay, I'm making it simple for you. So you are worried about something, correct, that is not happening now. Are we correct on that? Okay, so here's the key again. I'll go back to law number 1. Only in the now is everything happening. So while you're worrying about something that's impending to happen, here's a rule of thumb you got to remember. Write this one down. Here's the one. 85 to 90% of what you catastrophically think about will never happen. In other words, 85 to 95% of your worst fears and thoughts, they never actually manifest in physical reality. Write that one down. Okay? So, yes, really, that's correct. That's really true. Psychologists, neuroscience, studies, reviews, and they found that about 85 to 95% of your worst thoughts and fears, they never actually come out the way that you imagine them or see them to come. They actually never manifest that way. So what is happening here? Why is this stuff happening? Here's the next thing you must know. How the mind operates. Good story. Good. So why does my mind project a story? That's what I'm going to get into right now. So here's the next one. So how does my mind operate? Why does my mind do that? One part of your mind is responsible for that. It is called the intellect part of the mind. You know it as the ego. The intellectual part of your mind. Okay? Here's why it does that. The reason why your mind will project the fear, the doubt, and the worry is not because it wants you to experience the fear, the doubt, and the worry. It's because it wants you not to experience the fear, the doubt, and the worry, because it wants to cripple you from making decisions and choices. That's the paradox of the mind. The mind will show you the worst, but it doesn't want you to experience the worst. It shows you the worst to make you fear to change or do something to not experience the worst. Your mind can be your best friend and your worst enemy. So let's be smart now. Let's be smart. So I just told you that 85 to 95% of what you worry about doesn't manifest. So let's go into your mind. So what does it tell you? I just told you 85 to 95% of your mind is lying to you. 85 to 95% of your mind is lying to you when it comes to things that take you away from your purpose or your vibration. When it comes to things that take you, your mind lies to you whenever you want your desires. Your mind will lie to you about yourself, about how you feel, about how you look, about how other people think about you, about your capabilities, about your job, about your money, it lies to you about everything. Your mind will never ever come to you one day and tell you all the good stuff that is possible for you to have, because your mind is not designed to work in that way. Your mind is designed to keep you safe. And the only way to keep someone safe is to make them fearful so they don't go out of their house. If I make it very simple for you, if you live in your house and you look outside your house and you see the beautiful trees and the sunny sky and the birds singing, and you say, oh my goodness, what a beautiful day, I want to go outside. You would think your mind would say, yeah, let's go out for a nice walk. No, your mind will look and see the beautiful size, trees, everything, and then it'll say to you, hey, if you open a door, a block is going to fall on your head. When you go down a step, you're going to trip and you're going to die. As soon as you cross the street, you're going to get hit by a car. You see that guy over there? He's going to follow you and attack you. You see, when you go outside, a meteor is going to hit you in the head. You go outside, the sun is going to strike you. You're going to get skin cancer. That's the analogy I'm showing you. Make it very simple for you to understand. Okay? So what do? You still go outside. That's the secret to your success, is to override and ignore the mind. Now you know your mind is just doing something to protect you. That's the analogy with the world. That's what it wants. If it was up to your mind, guys, you'd be in the same place every single day of your life. You would make no choices. You wouldn't take any chances. You'd be in the same person for the rest of your life. It's just fine with your mind. So that's the story your mind tells you, because your mind does not want to get hurt. It does not want to change. It thinks, it believes that there are things always happening and things will mess it up. And of course you learn 85 to 95% of that cannot happen. Voila. Isn't that very simple? So now if you're someone that's struggling with negative thoughts of things going to happen to you, if you're someone that's have setbacks coming up to you, now you know. So let me teach you the next level. This is one more level up now. We're getting deeper. We're going deeper levels now. Here's the next level. The words and the languages we use have been programmed to keep us down. I'll repeat it again. The words and the languages that you have been taught, that means your native language. If you speak English, Spanish, Japanese, Chinese, Italian, in your language, there are words that you use every day that has been systematically designed to keep you in a state of fear, doubt, worry. It's called a trance. When you say this word, it activates and puts you in a trance. You know what a trance is? Spellbound, right? A trance is, the correct way for a trance is this. When you're in a trance, you are no longer in a logical thinking state. You're now being governed by the unconscious or the subconscious mind. So when you're in a trance state, your subconscious mind is controlling and making you do everything. You're like a robot. You're under a spell. I'll tell you, go over there, you'll go over there, put your head down and put your head up. That's called a trance. I don't know if you knew that. That's a fact. So let me give you some of the words that you use every single day that put you in a trance and make you well, let's see. Let me see how smart you guys are. You guys are very intelligent. What are some words that you use every day in your mainstream that you actually been taught in school? You see it every single day, and it may seem like a good word, but it's actually a trance word. Okay, I got want. I got can't. Beautiful. Let's get some more. I can't do it. I can't afford it. It's impossible. I don't know about that. I'm afraid. I'm gonna try. I'll see what I can do. I'll let you know what happens. Maybe. Hopefully. But the biggest one, I just seen it right here. The biggest one. So you better write these down. Nina. Nina has the biggest one I was going to talk about. Fail. The word failure. You're a failure. You failed your tests. You failed the report. You failed. When I would use the word fail, listen, I'm going to say the word fail 5 times right now. I'm going to say you're a failure 5 times. I'm going to show something powerful. While you're on this live, you're going to be in a trance right now. Here we go. You're a failure. 1, you're a failure. 2, you're a failure. 3. You're a failure. 4. You're a failure. 5. How many people, when I said that, how many people felt that? And probably all of you did. How many of you felt a different vibration, a different feeling? How many of you it brought back memories? Probably a lot of you guys, because I just turned on your trance. That's how easy it is. Go ahead, comment. Let me know if this is a bunch of BS or what this guy talking about. I can guarantee you, at 134 in this live, I guarantee you, more than half of you, when I said those words, it made you felt some kind of way. And the reason it made you feel some kind of way is because you've been programmed through this. So let me clear it up, and I'm going to show you now how it works. Okay. Number 1, the number 1 cause of your fears and worries and your inability to get what you want is the word failure. You are so afraid to fail, it makes you fail. When someone hears the word failure, they run from it. They don't want to experience it. But you know that the more you don't want to experience it, the more you experience it, because what you resist will persist. What you allow will flow. See, someone says, I felt like I failed something in the past. Failure is not easy. Yeah, I see you commenting, but let me get deep on it. We're going to talk about failure because it's the root cause of all of this stuff. Failure is not even a lesson, my friends. Okay, failure does not exist. Did the light go off in your head? There is no such thing as failure. There is no such thing as language. Language is a communication tool we made up. So if you're using language, you are operating the wrong way. Now, yes, this is big thinking, it's deep thinking here. You're going to use language to communicate with your everyday people. But if you want to get ahead in life and become the best version of yourself, you have to go beyond the conventional language and go into the energy language that the universe speaks. The universe doesn't speak language. Universe doesn't say, how are you doing today? Is everything going good? You are very successful. You're very happy. It does not do that. You do that. So let me show you something. Failure have no existence in physical reality. There cannot be no such thing as failure. And the reason why there cannot be no such thing as failure is very simple. Who created failure? I ask you a question. Did the universe create failure, or did man create failure? Is everything that man creates is systematically flawed. Every single thing that a human being creates is flawed. Write that down. Every single thing that a man, woman, anyone creates, language, it is severely flawed. It's the best thing you have. It's not the truth. So let me show what failure is. Failure is feedback. The universe is a feedback mechanism. The universe doesn't fail. People, you cannot fail. It's impossible to fail. And let me show you why. If you're existing, you can't fail. Failure means not accomplished, not good enough. Correct? If you're existing right now, how can you fail? The only thing is existence. So failure cannot exist in the field. Failure, however, can exist in your human language, but it still doesn't make it true. Now let me show you something. Let me put it to your mind now and show you how this simple concept will change your life drastically. So if you move from failure to feedback, remember what I told you earlier in this live? I said you have to replace words and you have to eradicate them. So I don't no longer, the word failure now is eradicated from my vocabulary. I replaced the word failure with feedback. So if everything in my life is a feedback mechanism, can I fail? What does that do to my subconscious mind? That's a bigger question. So now that I took failure out and replaced with feedback, what does my illogical mind does? Illogical, we're talking about illogical mind now. So if I have two people and one of them have the word failure and one of them doesn't, and I put two of them in the same situation, only one person will ever experience failure, the one that says it's failed. Only one person will ever experience success, is the one that has feedback. So what does feedback do? What happens if I look at everything as a feedback mechanism? How's that going to help me to make more money, Mark? How's that going to help me to scale up my business? How's that going to help me to generate more clients for my coach and my business? How's that going to help my stock portfolio? How's that going to help my trading portfolio? How's that going to help my real estate business, my profit? How am I going to make more money, Mark? How am I going to just be the best version of me? How am I going to be the actor, the actress? How am I going to get that role? And Mark, how does this one thing how is it going to change my life, bro? Mark, I don't get it. Well, I'm going to make you get it right now, because what I'm teaching you, what I'm telling you right now is the missing link. So here's how it's going to work for you. If you see everything in your life as feedback, okay, your unconscious mind, which by the way controls how much money you'll make, how you'll get the job, how you scale up your business, how they'll pick you for the role, how you'll become a great singer, even how it'll make your voice better at singing, how it will heal you. That's all done, if you don't know this, by your unconscious, what's called a subconscious mind, which by the way is not an intelligent mind like your intellect mind. It's called an illogical mind. So you got to know that first. Okay, so you got to know that. All right, so let's keep the words illogical, because this is important right here. Okay, so now if I say everything is a feedback, what the unconscious mind does now, it sees what was formerly your setbacks as your set up. Because what it's going to do now, it's going to say, okay, so that part you wanted, you didn't get it. So that's not a failure, so that's a feedback. So remember, I told you something very important about the universe, and here's the most important. Write this down. You got to write this down right now. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. I got some people here. So I want you to write this. So let me know. The universe is a self-correcting code. The universe is an error-correcting code. What that basically means in physics and symmetry is that the universe will always be proportionate to what is existing in the universe. It means everything in the universe will have to make sense to work out in a fundamental way that makes sense to you. That's the simplest way I can put it to you. Just to remember, the universe is a self-correcting code, all right? So let's go back to the example. So now, you didn't get the part for the acting role you want. You didn't get the part for the commercial you want to sign up for. You didn't get the part to be the backup singer, whatever it is. Let me just use an example. So now, because your mind now says feedback, your subconscious says, oh, this is a feedback. So we didn't get the part that we wanted, right? I'm just making it simple for you. In your mind, you're saying that. But what the universe and the subconscious is saying now, okay, so how do we get that part? So it's going to go out and make sure you get that part, because you've given feedback. Your feedback is, this didn't work out, so I want you to bring me the feedback to make it work out, because that's what you want. You want to get the part. So what happens now, when you send that information out, the universe must send it back to correct it so that you will get the part. That's why it's called a self-correcting code. So that's how that simple little word I just told you will change the fabric of reality. Does that make sense? Do you understand? That was the easiest and simplest way I could put it to you so you could get it. Okay, that's beautiful. So, okay, someone says even better. That's why you guys are so smart. You guys are definitely chosen ones. So here's what someone, Oracle says this. It's like collecting data to improve upon, like they do with AI. It's like a continuous learning mechanism. Like when they do AI is a learning mechanism. So when AI sees something, it learns and adapts and makes it better. That's the same way the subconscious and the universe works. When you look at everything as a feedback. So the word failure, uprooted out of your life. They planted it in you so they can keep you down. Failure keeps you from success, man. Okay, I'm going to go deeper here now. So this is going to be deeper. So we're going to different levels here. So I'm going another level up, okay? I just told you the word failure doesn't exist, right? I'm going to shock you now. I'm going to tell you that the word success doesn't exist as well. Did I lose you? Have I lost you? Let me know. Do you understand where I'm going? Failure doesn't exist. Even the word success is designed to keep you down. Matrix is very smart. Does anyone understand? I'm looking in the comments because you need to know this. Listen, I'm going to tell you the truth here. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything for you, man. So this is going to make you think, and this is busting your brain right now because, oh, someone got it. Someone says makes sense. But I'm going to make it make sense for those are the ones that don't understand this. What is success? Success is a feedback as well, man. Success makes you conscious of failure. That's correct. The word success will make you think of failure. The word success will make you fear failure, which will create failure. The word success will make you more stressed because you have to maintain your success. The word success will cripple your health because you have to compare with other people's success. You will always be trying and hiding and being successful because you don't want to lose your success. That's how they get you. I told you the Matrix is smart. It's a trance. So what do? You eradicate the word success. You eradicate the word failure, because here's the truth. You're already successful. Just makes sense. You're already not a failure because you're existing. So here's what you do. Everything that you get, you don't look at it as a success. You look at it as a feedback for your normal progression. You look at it like this is what's supposed to happen for you. You don't look at it like I have achieved something great. You're already great. You don't need to achieve anything. That's another fake thing they put you in there. All you have to do is gather up experiences while you're here. That's what you're here to do. You're an information gatherer. You're here for experiences, man. Success is just an experience. It's not a thing. If you make success a thing, you're going to more liable to fail because you're going to create resistance. How many people have been successful and they try to hold on to their successful because they fear, man, I'm never going back to being broke. That's why I got to work so hard. I'm going to keep making this money because I remember a time when I couldn't even pay my rent. I'm going to keep more. But they don't understand what they're doing. They're actually setting them up themselves to go back to being broke because they're setting up a resistance in their unconscious to bring them back. Remember, guys, what you fear persists. What you resist will persist, guys. That's how the mind works. It's a perplexing thing. You got to understand this. So we think with logic, but we got to use it's illogical. So whenever we fear something, our subconscious thinks and believes that's what we want because that brings out more emotion. It's an emotional alarm. And your subconscious responds to emotion. It says, "Oh, man, we fear being broke. You keep working so hard and making a lot of money. But you're trying not to go back. Okay, so we want to go back to being broke. All right, so let me go ahead and self-sabotage you sometimes so you can go back to. Oh, you don't want to go all the way broke? Well, let me give you a taste of feeling what broke is like. Oh, you like that? You must like it because you keep stressing and worrying about it. Well, let me give you more feedback of that stuff. One day you're broke again. I said, man, the very thing I was trying to avoid happened to me. Wake up. Wake up, people. You see how slick that is? They don't teach you that in school. I just gave you $10,000 worth of advice. If you go to a seminar, they won't even teach you that. Probably more than that. I gave you $30,000, $50,000 worth of knowledge that'll change your life right now. For free. For free. So, let me show you how you do this stuff. Exactly, $1 million worth of information. So here's how you do this stuff. Look at your life as a feedback mechanism. Look at your life like you're passing through everything. Look at your life like everything that you have or incur in your life is a loaner. You can't own anything in your life. There's nothing to own. So if you're going through life and you're owning stuff, the Matrix got you, man. You can't own your spouse. Your spouse tomorrow can get up and change her mind or his mind and say, I don't love you anymore. You can't own your car. You could drop dead tomorrow and someone else get your car. The bank could repo your car. You don't own your house. Property taxes will take the land from you. If you pay your house off, the city and the state are going to still take the property tax. You don't pay the property tax to take your house. You don't even own your body. Your body is rental. Your consciousness is renting your body. Your consciousness is renting this game. There's nothing you can own, man. Only thing you can do is loan and pass through. You're renting everything you see in your life. You're renting your money. You're renting your car. You're renting your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your wife. All of that is a rental. You are just here to pass through an experience. You're a feedback mechanism. You're part of the field. You're an experience. You're information. You're numbers and binaries. You're just a consciousness experiencing something it created as fun. And then what happened is the people that it created, they created ideas, they created governments, they created religion, they created the world, they created language, and they say, hey, let's do this. Let's keep some people down, let's keep some people up. Let's create language so we can control the population. So I'm going to put failure and success because I want these people to work for me and I want these people not to work for me. I want these people to be easily controlled. How can I do that? Let me create a language that will turn their subconscious mind into a trance state. And you will never you will never hear anyone talk about this the way I just taught you. You will never find this spit the way I just spit it to you. There's no spiritual teacher you'll go to that will tell you this. There's no information in the books that will tell you this. There's no psychology literature. There's no books you can read that will tell you this. It's either you catch this live or you don't. Alright, you catch the recording when I put it up. Because I'm pretty sure there's nothing out there like this. Because I looked for it. Oh, I can't say it again. If you got here late, don't worry. I'll save this. I'll upload it. So if you're someone that's worrying and all this stuff, now you know how to free yourself. Because see, guys, when you put yourself in a state, you got to put yourself like the wind. You see the wind? The wind is everywhere and nowhere at the same time, right? The wind will go through everything. The wind is just there. It's every part. It's going through the trees. It's going through your windows. Even the wall, you think the wall's blocking it, it's still going through the wall because it's a transparent thing. So if you're like the wind and, you know, the wind doesn't care. The wind doesn't say, all right, oh my goodness, look at that feather. Should I blow that feather away or should I blow that tree? It's going to blow them the same way. Oh my goodness, that car right there. I don't want to blow over that car because there's some nice people in that car. It's going to blow over the car the same way. Everything is a feedback. It's going through experiences. And that's what you have to understand about your life. Just like water is, even a better analogy. Thank you. So your life, my friends, is an infinite consciousness of experience. You cannot fail. You cannot be successful because you already are those things as an existence. So what you want to do is you want to normalize the things that the Matrix created for you as normal things for you to experience. You don't want to put any trophy, any importance on anything. You don't want to put importance on success because it's not important because you're already success. The more something becomes important to you, the more you won't manifest it. You know that. The more you place importance on something, the more resistance to get it. The more you place less importance, the more you don't really care about something, the faster you'll manifest it and get it. It's the perplexing thing of the game, and that's just how it works. Sorry to tell you. Like I told you before, I can give you a sugarcoat, I can tell you the truth. You've done this before. When you really, really want somebody, they don't want you. The minute you don't really want them, they come rushing to you. When you really, really want that thing, it runs away from you. But when you're kind of fed up with it, you forget about it, it pops right into your lap. What do you think is happening, guys? That's physics in motion. That's the universe correcting code in motion, man. Of course, all right, can you manifest just by sitting and believing? It depends on what it is. It depends, but you can't manifest just by sitting and believing. You got to take what's called inspired action. Manifestation will always take an inspired action process to get what you want. So you can't, it's not going to work. Some things you can't sit. Okay, I'll give an example. Yeah, if you want to manifest a specific person or someone, you can sit and believe and you can manifest them. But if you want to manifest inanimate objects, like if you want to make more money, get your business going or stuff like that, you got to have an inspired action in the middle of there. So it has to be another thing. But all that too is a feedback. All that is a self-correcting code. Right. So someone's here's someone says, okay, God has already written everything. All right, so yeah, everything's already written, but you forgot one important thing. The God is you. Your consciousness experienced everything. The manifestation is a process that you experience as a physical being. So you're technically right that everything is already created, but the manifestation process is something that you have to initiate as a three-dimensional being, because initiation means, remember now, your brain can only see about 2% of physical reality. So the non-physical, even though it's there, it's hidden from our conceptual senses. So therefore, that's the art of manifesting. Manifesting is bringing the invisible into the visible by directly using your brain to target the energy that will transfer the invisible into what we call the visible light spectrum of our reality. So yes, manifestation is something that you have to do to get it in. You just can't sit there and say, you know, God created everything, it's going to come to me. It doesn't work like that. The reason why it doesn't work like that, because you are the God experiencing all this stuff. That's another thing the Matrix trick you with. They use religion to fool you, to make you think you're not a God. They take you away from your true essence and your true being. It's a separation process. It's called cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is when I can make you believe something parallel to what's in your inner soul, and you'll follow it by, I put literature, information to follow it up, which will make your mind believe it's real, which will make your subconscious create more cognitive dissonance. That's how it works. Well, I'm glad you're here. Someone says, we are no gods, we have not created the universe. So I want to pose that question to you, because I come on here and I show you stuff. Go ahead and show me proof that we are not gods and we didn't create the universe. I can show you proof that we are gods and we created the universe, but I want you to go ahead and comment below and show me proof that we are no gods and we did not create it. Do you have any scientific literature, any scientific evidence? If not, sorry, you're nullified. You can come on here if you want, do a debate, but make sure you have your P's and your T's dotted across, because I can show you evidence. So until you can comment below, then I am open and I can say, okay, you're correct. But if you're just here spitting out what you've been taught through your religion and through whatever it is, I'm sorry, that doesn't count. I'm here for facts, evidence, scientific literature. Okay? All right. So, feedback mechanism, everything comes in, goes back out, recreates back. Okay? Of course you're a god. I've literally manifested celebrities. I believe we are God. Well, I'll entertain this one because I've done a lot of videos about this before, about showing you why you're a God in the universe. And I'll make it simple again, because maybe some people just don't know, you know. So I'll make it very simple to show you that why you are gods. Okay, it's very simple science in that. All right. So in the universe, this video is going to be a little longer now, but I'll go into it because this question came up, so you have to know this. It's very simple and you'll understand. So let's use the universe, the universe. Okay, so we don't have a universe, we have a multiverse, right? We know that through science, string theory, theory of relativity, now many words interpretation. Science, the Nobel Prize was won 2 years ago for showing that the universe isn't here. If you don't know that, so the universe is non-local, so it doesn't exist until we observe it. Okay, we do know that. An observer is the one that creates the reality. If you're observing your world, you have to be a god. If you're not observing the world, you're not here. The fact that you're existence, you have to be a part of a god. Okay, that's the easy one. Let's get a little deeper into that. Okay, the ingredients inside of your body right now on a molecular level. Let's go into your cells. If we break your cells down, we get into the molecules of the cell. If we break the molecules of the cell down, we get into what's called the invisible world. It's the atom in the quantum world. In the quantum world, there's only particles of energy that are transparent. It has no physical mass. There's no physical mass. It's spirit, if you want to put it in God term and religion term. Okay, so because there is no physical mass, you cannot be a physical mass. You have to be an interpretation of an illusion or a hologram. By the way, quantum physicists won the Nobel Prize, it's either 2021 or 2020, by proving this. Go research and look for yourself. Okay? Now, once you understand that you are a field generating your experience, everything in the universe is made from you, a part of you. The sun is made from you. The iron in the sun is in your blood, in your right hand. The iron in the sun, in your left hand. But guess what? From a different galaxy. One iron in your right arm came from your host star, the sun. The other iron in your left arm came from an exploding star from another galaxy. This science shows us. Okay, so I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. That's the easiest way I can show it to you. So you go ahead now and tell me why we are not God. I'm waiting. If you are part of the field and the universe existing and consciousness that generates and operates through your head and shows everything you created, how can you not be God? So go ahead, give me your science now. I'm waiting for someone to show me scientifically why we are not gods. Oh, come on. Are you serious? I don't even want to repeat this comment because it's so dumb. Sorry. Alright. So I'm looking. Someone wrote, I can't make wine. Alright. We're going to miss. You're missing the point here. Guys, you're smart. Help these ones that are in the comments. Please enlighten them. Talk to them, please. Show them. You guys are very smart. You're chosen ones. You know how this stuff works. There's a lot of people here for the first time. They don't understand who they are. They don't understand how life works. Please help them. Please. Because you guys know this stuff. Some people may not understand right now because maybe they haven't been awakened yet. Their higher self hasn't opened them up to see this stuff. Some people are NPCs, alright? You can't debate with NPCs, correct? They're simply not ready. Okay, alright, but the main point I want you to understand, guys, is look, you can always, it's good to debate things and it's good to talk, but you got to remember one thing about this stuff, right? The beauty of science is amazing because science shows the non-believer and the believer the truth. Science doesn't care about your truth, it shows you the overall truth. You cannot refute the overall truth. For some people, it's an eye-open, it's a shocker, they'll be in self-belief, but they'll come around because the science will never change. And that's what you have to look at. You have to look at something that can always be consistent. Whether you verify the results today, whether you verify the results 50 years from now, it'll be the same result. It doesn't change. That's the beauty of physics. You'll always come back. You'll always be right. It may change a little bit because we have new knowledge and understanding, but you can't fake it, you can't trick it, you can't manipulate it. So that's what I want to cover with you guys today. So just remember, you are gods. Never forget that. All right. We'll see you again. Happy manifesting.